Bonjour Year 8, welcome to Lesson 2 of this half term. Still on the subject of food and drink, manger et boire. Before you start the lesson, please get your French exercise book, a pen, a ruler and a coloured pen or highlighter for any corrections that you need to do. Please also download the sentence builder grid, and this is on a PDF on class charts, and if you can print this, that would be fantastic. Pause to do that now, press play to move on. Thank you for uploading your first lesson onto class charts. Please remember I need to see evidence of all of your completed work. So that's work in your book and it's any Quizlet activities, a photo shot of those please. And please make sure you follow the indicated time for completion of each activity. You may not finish each activity, but please do follow the guidelines and move on. And if you do find that you've got time at the end of the lesson and there was something you were a bit stuck on, you can go back, you can rewind the video and revisit that area. If you do have any questions about the activities in the lesson, then please do email me, and here's my email address. Okay, Year 8, as always, copy the date in French, copier la date, and underline it neatly in your book. So that should be on the right hand side of the page. In the centre on the next line down, write down the title in French and in English. Pourquoi tu aimes ça? Pourquoi tu n'aimes pas ça? Why do you like that? Why do you not like that? Underline that neatly as well. And then on the third line, starting next to your margin, write down the objective, l'objectif, to give reasons for liking or disliking food and drink. Pause to do that now. Press play when you're ready to do the do now. Okay, your do now activity should take about 5 minutes. I want you to copy the French sentences and then translate them into English for me. So for example, j'aime beaucoup le chocolat. You'd write that down in French and next to it you'd put equals I like chocolate a lot. Okay, can you write down the 4 sentences in French with the English next to them like in the example? Pause to do that now. Press play to check your answers. And here are the answers. 1. J'aime un peu la salade verte. I like green salad a bit. 2. Je déteste les pommes. I hate apples. 3. Je préfère les hamburgers. Is I prefer hamburgers. And 4. J'adore le fromage. Is I love cheese. Pause if you need to, then press play to go on to the next activity. Year 8, we're now going to look at the sentence builder grid. Now our focus is going to be on saying why we like or don't like certain food and drink items. So the most important column for today is going to be the reasons column, because this is the new language and these are the adjectives that we're going to be using in the singular, in this top box, in the masculine plural, in the middle box, and in the feminine plural, in the bottom box here. So we're going to concentrate a lot of our time and effort on pronouncing these reasons in the different forms. Sometimes they sound the same and sometimes they sound different. Okay, let's start. Let's look at the sentence builder itself and let's look at the question, because we always have a question on a sentence builder. So there are 2 questions here really. There's a positive one, why do you like that? Pourquoi tu aimes ça? And then there's a negative one. Pourquoi tu n'aimes pas ça? Why don't you like that? To answer this, we'll always add the opinion. Okay, so for the positive ones, pourquoi tu aimes ça? We'll be using j'adore, j'aime beaucoup, j'aime, j'aime un peu, and je préfère. To answer the question, pourquoi tu n'aimes pas ça? Why don't you like that? We'll be using je n'aime pas and je déteste. Then we'll be using the food items for each. Masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, feminine plural. We'll be using a variety of different connectives, and this is the connectives column here. So we're either going to be saying because it's, or as it's, for all of them, or because they are, as they are. Okay, let's practice saying this now. Parce que c'est. Your turn. car c'est. Good. So you'll notice that we're going to use parce que c'est and car c'est for both the masculine singular and the feminine singular. And then, because it's c'est, it takes the masculine form, and it doesn't matter whether these are feminine or not. We're going to keep it masculine singular. The adjective stays masculine singular because of the c'est. Okay, so let's look at these reasons and let's pronounce them one by one. Écoutez et répétez, dégoûtant. Your turn. Dégoûtant. Délicieux. Your turn. Délicieux. Épicé. Épicé. Gras. Gras. Malsain. Malsain. Sain. Sain. Sucré. Sucré. Okay, sometimes it sounds just the same when you use the masculine plural. So the change here in this middle box, when we're talking about the masculine plurals, so giving opinions positive or negative, we'll use the opinion verb, the food and drink item, and then we have to say because they are. So our verb's going to change. It's still être, but it's the they form. It's the ils sont. Okay, so we'll use ils sont, and then we'll use the masculine plural adjective. This is going to sound pretty much the same as the masculine singular. Écoutez, répétez, dégoûtant. Good. Délicieux. Épicé. Gras. Malsain. Sain. Sucré. So in fact, they actually sound exactly the same in the singular and the plural in the masculine form. Things do change a little bit when you're using the feminine plural items. So when we're talking about apples and potatoes, we're going to say because they are, parce qu'elles sont, or as they are, car elles sont. And then listen and repeat after me. These will sound a little bit different because often we have to add an ES, which means that we have to pronounce the consonants at the end. Écoutez et répétez, dégoûtante. Dégoûtante. So we really hear that T now. Dégoûtant, dégoûtante. Okay, listen and repeat. Délicieuse. Délicieuse. So the I-E-U-X has changed to I-E-U-S-E-S. Délicieuse, délicieux. Okay, this one sounds the same, but it's got an ES ending. Écoutez, répétez. Épicé. Épicé. So it's got the extra E because it's feminine. Okay, écoutez, répétez. Grasse. Grasse. So that sounds different to gras in the singular and the plural of the masculine form because it's got the double S now and an ES, grasse. Okay, listen to unhealthy and healthy because they're going to sound a bit different as well. Écoutez et répétez, malsaine. Malsaine. Saine. Saine. So they sound different because this is an A sound, malsain, and sain, malsaine, and saine. That's an A sound, the A-I-N, but the A-I-N-E is an N sound. So A and N is the difference in the sound. Sucré sounds the same, but it has an extra E in the feminine before the S. Écoutez et répétez, sucré. Sucré. Très bien. Let's just use the sentence builder to build 4 sentences now. Écoutez et répétez. J'adore le café parce que c'est délicieux. Your turn. Good. J'aime la salade verte car c'est sain. Good. Je n'aime pas les chocolats parce qu'ils sont sucrés. Your turn. Good. Je déteste les pommes car elles sont dégoûtantes. Your turn. Well done, year 8. Okay, year 8. As the focus today is really on looking at the difference between the different adjectival agreements and the sounds of these words here in the last 3 boxes of the last column, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a sentence using the sentence builder grid, going across it from left to right, and then I'm going to stop at a sound I want you to finish off the ending for the reason word, the reason adjective. Okay, so when I pause, I want you to finish it with me. Now you can read it along with me and then say it, and I'll pause and I'll tell you what the answer is. Let's try this together. So, 1. Je n'aime pas le pain parce que c'est dégoûtant. Well done for saying dégoûtant. Okay? So you can either make just the sound of "oh" or you can say dégoûtant, whichever you prefer. Next. J'adore le fromage car c'est délicieux. Well done for saying délicieux. Okay. Je déteste le poulet rôti car c'est mal. Well done if you said malsain. Good. Je préfère les fruits car ils sont well done if you said sain. Remember, you don't pronounce the S. Good. Another one. Je déteste les pommes parce qu'elles sont dégoûtantes. Good if you said dégoûtante. Good. J'aime les hamburgers car ils sont gras. Well done if you say gras. Gras. Remember, you don't pronounce the S with the masculine plural. Good job. Next. Je n'aime pas les pommes de terre parce qu'elles sont malsaines. Well done if you said malsaine. Malsaine. Good. Je n'aime pas les pommes de terre car elles sont gras. Gras. Good if you say grasse. Remember the difference. Gras, grasse. You pronounce the S in the feminine plural. Okay. Je préfère les pommes de terre car elles sont épicées. Good. Épicé. Remember, épicé sounds the same in the masculine plural and the masculine singular and the feminine plural. Good. Okay, one final one. J'adore les pommes parce qu'elles sont délicieuses. Well done if you said délicieuse. Délicieuse. Super pronunciation. Well done, year 8. Okay, now this is an activity of dictée, which is dictation. I'm going to speak in French and give you 6 sentences, and I want you to just write down the French that you hear me saying. Okay, pens at the ready. 1. J'adore le café. 1. J'adore le café parce que c'est délicieux. Parce que c'est délicieux. Remember to pause when you need to. 2. J'aime la viande. J'aime la viande car c'est épicé. Car c'est épicé. 3. Je déteste les légumes. Je déteste les légumes parce qu'ils sont sains. Parce qu'ils sont sains. Pause when you need to. 4. Je préfère les pommes. Je préfère les pommes car elles sont sucrées. Car elles sont sucrées. 5. Je n'aime pas le poulet rôti. 5. Je n'aime pas le poulet rôti car c'est malsain. Car c'est malsain. Remember to pause if you need to. Finally, 6. J'aime un peu les œufs. 6. J'aime un peu les œufs parce qu'ils sont gras. Parce qu'ils sont gras. Pause if you need to, rewind if you need to, and press play to go on to check your answers. Merci. So here's what you should have written. 1. J'adore le café parce que c'est délicieux. Make sure you've got your accent on café and on the first E of délicieux. 2. J'aime la viande car c'est épicé. Make sure you've got your 2 accents on épicé on the E's. Pause if you need to. 3. Je déteste les légumes parce qu'ils sont sains. Okay, make sure your accents on déteste and légumes. 4. Je préfère les pommes car elles sont sucrées. So make sure with préfère that your accents go up for your acute accent on the first E and then down on the next E, which is your grave accent. And then make sure you've got your accent on sucré on the first E. That's an acute accent going up. 5. Je n'aime pas le poulet rôti car c'est malsain. Make sure that you've got your accent on rôti, a little cap on the top of it. And 6. J'aime un peu les œufs parce qu'ils sont gras. Make sure that with E, the O and the E are linked together as that's almost like a symbol, and it's an sound in French that combination of letters produces. Really well done, Year 8. Press pause if you need to just to double check those, and press play to go on to the next activity. I'm going to look at a grammar rule. Pens down and give me your full attention, please. I'm going to look at these verbs aimer and préférer, and détester as well, and the definite article. So when you say what you like, you don't like, and what you prefer, you have to use the definite article, which means the in French, using le, la, l'apostrophe, or les, and these must be used for the masculine, the feminine, the before a vowel, and the for plural items. So, for example, you'd say j'aime le poisson to say I like fish. You don't say I like the fish in English, but they add the word for the in French all the time. To say I don't like fruit, you'd say je n'aime pas les fruits. I don't like the fruit. Je préfère le pain. I prefer bread. Okay, you must remember to use this definite article in French. It is there every time before the food item, and it must be used after aimer and your opinion verbs. Okay, copy this whole rule into your book now. Press pause to do so, press play to continue with the lesson. And now for a Quizlet activity on the new vocabulary today. I want you to spend just 10 minutes completing the following activities on Quizlet. So first of all, I want you to click on the link on class charts, which is here. Complete the activities learn and spell. Learn and spell, and then finally test yourself and send me a screenshot of your score. Okay? Pause to do that now. Press play to go on to the next activity. Merci. Now for some translation. I would like you to copy down the sentences you see, the 5 sentences, and then translate them into the other language. So for numbers 1, 2 and 3, copy the French and then write the English next to it. And for numbers 4 and 5, copy the English and translate them into French. You can use your sentence builder to help you with this. Pause to do that now. Press play to check your answers once you're finished. Let's check your answers. 1. I love fruits because they are sweet. 2. I hate potatoes as they are greasy. 3. I like green salad a bit because it's healthy. Remember they say j'aime un peu, I like a bit green salad, but we translate it into English as I like green salad a bit, and that's our word order in English. 4. J'aime beaucoup l'eau car c'est délicieux. Make sure you got your accent on délicieux. And numéro 5, je n'aime pas les hamburgers parce qu'ils sont malsains. Make sure you got your ils sont correct and malsain with an S on the end in that masculine plural form. Merci. Okay, Year 8, what I want you to do now is to spend 10 minutes, no more than that, just writing 5 sentences, giving your opinions on foods and the reasons that you like or dislike them using the sentence builder grid below. And once you've done that, I want you to translate the sentences into English for me as well. Pause to do that now, press play to go to the end of the lesson. Merci. Great work today, Year 8. I hope you enjoyed your lesson. Please remember to upload photos of your work from your exercise book and Quizlet onto class charts to get a well-deserved achievement point. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.